G'day traders, mindset reset. It's Wednesday, normally free cash Wednesday. Just had a fantastic workout, and today we're going to talk about range expansions, range contractions. So Monday is day one and the opening range of the week. I want you to think about something. I've gone over this in lots of videos. When the week starts, we have Friday's closing price. Friday's closing price of the week. That is where everything starts from as a reference heading into Monday. So we could open on a gap on a Monday. Doesn't matter what instrument it is. Whether there's a gap, no gap. Some people talk about opening price, but I'm going to say this. When Friday closes, that's the reference point and the price they use when they open the markets up. Whether they open it on a gap, as Al Brooks would say, it could be a bull. The gap could represent a bull candle or a bear candle. But my point is this: when the day starts, they start to move it up, down, both sides, in one direction, whatever that is. And that creates the range. That's the opening range for the week. Now we can get different types of opening range templates. Day two, Tuesday, typically will expand the range. So we talk about 3 levels of rise, 3 levels of fall, different types of setups, 3-session setups. We can get a parabolic trend trade on day two because they're expanding the range. We might get a range expansion on a Monday that on a Monday, it already meets a typical average weekly range. We can see that sometimes on large range Mondays or Tuesdays, day two. They'll extend the range right out, and then day three can be inside. Day two can be inside. Sometimes we get a narrow range day. And as I said today, people are trying to trade a contracting day, an inside day, or they're trying to counter trend a day that's still expanding the range. So we get to day three today, Wednesday. We have FOMC minutes later today. That's different than the two-part FOMC release that we see that is quite volatile and explosive. No other major red news on the calendar today. And we have some markets that are coiled inside. We had movement on some instruments on day two yesterday, several inside days. Traders are calling them day zero setups and all these types of things, or some other names that I've not heard of, but it's not a day zero template if they've already expanded the range. So why I want to emphasize this is that if you are trying to counter trend a day that has extended the range on a day three. So we had a parabolic opportunity on day three in Asia on gold. Day one, day two, day three blew off in the direction of the trend, a fantastic parabolic opportunity in Asia on gold. I believe Euro Oz gave a parabolic opportunity in Asia as well. But it's in a trading range, day one, day two, day three, different template, but an opportunity for a session trade on Euro Oz. We had a first red day, great trade in London on day three, first red day on Tuesday. And I had a lot of questions about that from traders. So go back and look at opening range, lower low on Tuesday, expanding the range, pumping up to closing price and dumping down, expanding the range on the downside, peak formation high, first red day close, consolidation into the London Open for the first red day capitulation trade. Day one, day two, day three. Now, we had markets like oil that had put in a low and made a higher high. But if you go back and look at that range and compare that to last Thursday's oil template, oil was down at the low of the week, and it gave a very well-engineered template over Asia-London that created a higher high for a dump and pump template, a parabolic template. Now, today's template, as I explained to a couple traders, was a dump and pump template, but a very narrow range inside, which gave me the impression of a choppy reversal market. No major red news today. We have oil inventories tomorrow at 10:30 on Thursday. So I want you to understand something. When the market expands the range over the longer time frames, day one, day two, if we've broken a high as we did on gold, we've still made a higher high. The market is still in a range expansion, and one trader asked if we would get a pump and a dump template, expecting a large free cash Wednesday opportunity for a measured move. Now, we haven't broken any daily lows. And this is why I want to emphasize to traders, if you're marking off all these levels inside and looking for breakouts of consolidations and everything, you're going to get chopped up on certain days. Because when we break a daily low, now we have a break in structure on the inside, a range expansion on the larger time frame. So today's a great example on gold. First hour puts in a high and a low. Second hour expands the range on the downside before pumping back up inside and breaking down again. We're now making range expansions on the downside inside of a daily high and low. 1 hour, 2 hours, third hour pumps up. For the dump, we've expanded the range on the reversal now back to closing price for a 50 pip move in the third hour. We're now breaking down on the inside. The reason why I say this is I want you to think about, if we haven't broken any daily levels on the inside, that market was still expanding the range. We may now, if this market breaks down, if it breaks a daily low, have a first red day potential signal. But think about what has to happen. We're breaking structure and range expanding on the opposite direction on smaller time frames. We haven't done it on the larger time frame yet. When we break it on a larger time frame, now we have other time frame traders potentially going to drive that larger template trade setup. So when the market's reversing, we have days where the indexes were inside of the initial balance. And as I mentioned, trying to buy the low or sell the high is not a parabolic setup. So FOFO is not part of the playbook. For lack of a better word, fooling around and finding out is not a setup. And so let me explain a couple things about my mindset. This is how I think. Yes, I can see that we're going to potentially have reversal opportunities here today. Do I want to be in a market that's working back and forth as it's reversing and possibly now rolling over onto the backside? No major red news, no well-engineered larger time frame template for a parabolic setup. So gold gave a nice 50 pip trade, but again, I wasn't prepared to sit around and position myself into that market just to get a scalp. Great trade for the traders that did take it. I wouldn't have been looking to size into that. I would take that trade as a session trade, but be looking tomorrow to see how that market trades. We could get a first red day. We could get a market that breaks a low of day on Thursday for a pump and dump template now on day 2 on the backside heading into day 1, day 2, day 3, Free Cash Friday. We have a lot of major red news on the calendar tomorrow. European session. We have French PMI, German PMI. We have British PMI at 4:30. We have unemployment at 8:30 in the U.S. session, U.S. unemployment. And we have Flash Services PMI at 9:45 a.m. U.S. session. And we have crude oil inventories at 10:30. So the reason why I'm saying this is a few traders venturing out there to buy low, sell high, those sorts of things. But recognizing, I want you to go and look at those charts, day 1, day 2, day 3, and recognize when to avoid potentially choppy markets. Those are not well-engineered templates. Whether they're doing that because maybe today, even though it's only FOMC minutes, they're going to move the market. To me, those were garbage charts. The cleanest of the charts to me would have been to take a position in oil, take a position in gold for a nail and bail opportunity. That's it. As I said, not interested. That's how I was today. None of those were scalable. Recognizing it as potential reversal days. So now we could have a signal day that comes out of this. And so when we have those types of market conditions, as several traders noticed today, don't even bother. It's just not worth the hassle or the stress. Again, my objective is to trade rinse and repeat scalable parabolic best trade setups. I don't want stress. I don't want to be sitting there for a long time. I want to be able to take trades that are going to be driven by other time frame traders for easy, free cash. And as I said today, you make money on the days that it's easy to make money on. So again, there were opportunities, but other market conditions today were very dangerous for traders to be trading in, and hence the term FOFO. If you are experienced, you know what you're doing, you understand timings, levels, behavior of price, and the behavior of the trader, then there were scalpable opportunities in the markets today on day 3. Day 3 now resets as a day 1. So flipping that around, have a think about how that day has set up now as a new day 1 as we head into the closing range of the week. I'm looking for one great trade, even if it's within the week, that's scalable in size. One great trade that's a parabolic opportunity driven by other time frame traders that can go on a range expansion, blows away 10 piker, smaller, scalp, in and out, stressful, buy and hold, sell and hold market trades. And one last point in closing, again, a question from a trader, how could that be possible that you have a 90% win rate? Nowhere have I ever said I have a 90% win rate. But I will say that I focus on 90-10 best trade setups. And what those are the trade setups that you make money on, and it's easy to make money on, and it's almost impossible to lose on, because they are specifically well-engineered templates for explosive parabolic moves. If you don't know what those are, as I told one trader today, don't trade. He went ahead and traded anyways. So, again, behavior of the trader. If you don't know what a parabolic setup is, why are you trading? Again, that's my thought process, because I'm not interested in 50-50 trading. I'm not going there to trade the market and guess or be really great at trading. I'm just trading rinse and repeat parabolic setups. US, Asia, London, coiled market explosive moves. Day 1, day 2 range expansion, day 3 range expansion, day 3 reversal, a day 2 reversal, whatever it is. There are specific templates though. So understand that just trading movement, trading the markets is 50-50 over time. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they say. That's 50-50. But if you hit the same specific trade setup on a well-engineered template, and then you actually find 4 or 5 different types of templates, and you know how to trade those, why would you trade anything else if you can size into those and they show up every week by the nature of the game? Opening range, initial balance, right? Midpoint range of the week. We may get a continuation day on Thursday, day 2, or we may get a reversal on Thursday, day 2, or we may get a range low of the week, high of the week reversal on Free Cash Friday, on Major Red News, whatever those templates are. But they're specific templates for dump and pump and pump and dump. That's all I'm looking for. So trading movement, trading the markets is not my interest. I know that doesn't gel with everybody. That's okay. I know exactly what I'm looking for, because I know exactly what will grow my account faster and compound it as big as possible, because size is not an issue when you're trading markets that are going to explode. Think about that. Trading choppy markets, I have a lot of questions for traders that believe that's tradable and consistent over time. How will you put size into a market that's constantly pulling back as it expands the range into you? When do you go to break even? Where do you take profits? How much size can you put on that and hold on to it? There are certain people that are able to do that. They have a lot of experience, expertise, and knowledge about what they're doing. But myself, I don't consider myself to be that smart or that good at it. So I stick to the trade setups that it's easy to make money on. So go back and study those charts and understand day 1, day 2, day 3, right from the moment the market opens up on a Sunday. It's not all this other gibberish and lines and, I can't even go there right now, but day 1, day 2, day 3, session 1, session 2, session 3, Asia, London, New York. There are parabolic opportunities in every session if you understand what a best trade setup is, and you have a basket of instruments that will offer you those opportunities in any of those sessions. Okay? Keep it simple, and it is that simple. And if it's not simple to you yet and you're struggling, you should stop trading. Because if you're trading today, other than maybe oil or gold, and you were getting chopped up, seriously, stop trading, step back, and look at the bigger picture and understand what's happening and what builds 3-day setups, a first red day setup, a first green day setup, an inside day opportunity. Okay, we have several inside days today. We're heading into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday's a reset day, becomes a new day 1. Okay, keep it simple, traders. If it's simple, you can reproduce it. And if you can reproduce it and reproduce your results, you can scale them up in size and grow it over time. That's my trading business. Simple, repeatable model that continues to scale and grow. Zero stress, zero emotion, day 1, day 2, day 3. Enjoy your day. Get out and get some sunshine and get to the gym if you can. Keep it simple and may the markets go with you.